Yeah, well, I think the two teams should be proud of the performance they put on here. It was a real statement for the MLS. Two different styles, a real battle to the end. We had to dig deep. We had to suffer at the end of the game there. But credit to these boys, massive. To celebrate our clean sheet, the 11th one, and Rick's 6th one. What a way to finish the game. Through stages of the game, I thought we got better, even with a man down, and credit to the guys for digging deep. So extremely proud of these guys.
Thanks, Bradley. Jonathan?
Thanks, Nico. Bradley, congratulations on the win. What did you see from your players out there from the mental side of things as much as anything in that
Yeah,
last half hour?
resilience. I mean, to shut down Brenner, Denke, Evander, the names just roll off the tongue. And it's so tough to shut them down and to block shots. And I thought we had two moments in the first half where we get two massive blocks, and then Rick comes up two massive times as well early on. So, and with that, then I thought we took control of the game. I think we outshot them up until the red card. We were leading on that department in their sort of playing away from home and in their stadium. So, I saw our boys suffer and enjoyed the suffer. They really took it personal and did it with a smile on their face and almost emotionless. I know the red card for Makanya is a bit unfortunate. I haven't seen the action that led to it, so I'm not going to comment on that. But yeah, just a bit unfortunate.
And Nate Harriel in particular tonight, about to head off to the U.S. national team, try to prove a case again. How big a game did he have tonight in a game that obviously a lot of people were watching?
I don't think Nate has to prove anything. Nate does his thing in his stride. This is one of the best teammates I've ever seen in a locker room. And that's the way he portrays himself, off the field and on the field. You can see he dug deep, as the whole back line did. And yeah, he has a really good performance. Like I said, all those names just flow. And then you could argue 6 attacking players on the field for Cincinnati, and to shift and step and to block the shots and the passing lanes. And those guys had to really go out of their comfort zones tonight. And yeah, Nate was one of those for sure, but he has nothing to prove.
Matt to George?
Hey, Brett. Bruno's movement on that goal. What did you see from him in terms of the confidence with which he makes that run and finishes it? And do you think it's something that can kind of kickstart him, as he hasn't maybe gotten the results that the work he's put into it so far this season would maybe indicate?
Yeah, Matt, I think you answered your own question. Just because a striker doesn't score goals, but if you see the way we play, if you see the way he opens up space for others, if you see the way he battles in and around and occupies 3 center backs at the same time, it's incredible. And he doesn't get enough credit for that. But it's sort of like the cherry on the cake now that he gets to get the goal. I thought Milan had a little, a real good little crafty, shifty move there in the box to get it on his left foot and then chip it the way he did. So, we spoke about low and hard crosses, but we'll take that one as well. I'm just happy for Bruno. Bruno puts in a ton of work, but I thought this was a real collective performance tonight.
Jillian?
Thanks, Nico. Hi, Bradley. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Jillian.
Can you speak on the development of Andrew Rick, about the poise and confidence in managing the game down a man and just the heart and belief in this team backing him up?
Great. I think one, as a young goalkeeper, you need to win the trust of your teammates. And Andrew does that every single day in training, and then two, you have to perform under pressure, but you have to learn how to thrive with the pressure too. And I spoke about the 2 saves he makes early on. And the first one was excellent. The way the ball bounces on, just before him, and the way he reads it and parries it away to the side. A lot of goalkeepers will just push that out and somebody just taps it home. So, to get the clearance on that one was magnificent. And then, through those actions, and I take it back to Atlanta. We played away in Atlanta, and he had one of his best games there that we've seen. And then, today was probably on par with that. And you can just see the confidence growing within the group and know that Rick's got their back. And then all of a sudden, this is just now a bit of momentum building and taking your chances at the key times. I think, we could have and should have scored earlier and more. And even when we were a man down, I think we had 1 or 2 good moments as well.
Scott?
Hi, Bradley. Scott French from Soccer America. This was the 5th game for Milan Iloski since he arrived in Philadelphia. What do you see in him? What are the elements of his game that most impress you? And what has he added to your group?
Yeah, listen, he's added a little bit of final third quality. He's added a little bit of final plays in transition moments. And he's very unassuming. He's not the biggest frame. He's not the biggest body. He doesn't come off as the quickest, but he's shifty, crafty, and creates a bit of a gap and a moment. And then uses his body really well to ride challenges. And, he can shoot with his left and he can shoot with his right. He can create. So he's just a bit unpredictable. And I think that's exactly what we need coming into this final stretch now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Todd Lewis.
Thanks, Nico. Congrats, Bradley, for clinching a playoff spot.
Thanks.
That's 11 goals conceded away from home this season now, which is the fewest in the league. You talked about shutting down Brenner and Evander and Dan Kay. What's been key, though, overall, just only conceding 11 goals this year?
Yeah, just bravery. We don't change our game model when we play at home and away. We play to win games, and sometimes it goes in our favor and sometimes it doesn't. But I want the guys to make sure they have the ticket of freedom from me to go and defend forwards, to play brave, to do all the things in our philosophy and our principles, and just trust your teammates got your back. And I think there's been a lot of trust displayed over the course of the season, and then the away results will then start taking care of itself. So to be a winning team, you need to defend well away from home, and we've seen the environment we're in tonight, and to show that, to prove it. I don't think this team needs to prove that they're a good team anymore. I think we can see that, and now we just have to keep pushing ourselves, motivating ourselves, and finish off strong.
And then at the end, the Apple broadcast showed Jacob Glesnes, I believe, was on the ground. Any update to his potential injury?
Not sure. The doctor's in there now, but I saw him, doing enough dancing inside there. So yeah, hopefully he's fine.
Matt DeGeorge.
Hey, Bradley. I know you guys have bigger goals, but what does wrapping up a playoff spot, clinching tonight, mean to you guys, especially in the context of what you inherited on this team and them not making it last year?
Again, it was very quick to identify that this team has a winning mentality, and a drive and a strive for more. So what does it mean? It means, yeah, you can, pat yourself on one, but that's all it is. There's nothing that this team wants to stop at now, and we're taking nothing for granted. We want to just rack up the points here. We want to gain momentum. We want to, become a real dominant team. And I think we've shown all facets, whether it's our attacking game, our defending game, and, we want to feel comfortable in the pressure. We want to feel comfortable in the role that we're in. And I think adopting and adapting to those roles, it's an enjoyment just to watch this group go. And, from not knowing in the beginning of the season where it's going to go and how it's, going to end, just to see the confidence, the swagger, and the sort of positivity of this group, growing every single day and sticking together. It's just, it's a season for me already to cherish, but we want to make sure that, these memories last for years to come.
All right. Any final questions?